Fabian.
Don't be funny, Rocky. Don't be funny. You're not funny, and I don't even like you when you act like
Don't talk to me in that retard voice.
I don't like that voice, and that's
Don't
not fair.
use that voice. You know I don't like that, Fabian.
I don't like that, and you're not funny. You think you're funny, but you're not.
I am funny.
In reality, you're not as funny as you think.
I'm hilarious. If you watch the last 2 minutes, if you watch the last 2 minutes of the Super Ugly Show tonight, you will know exactly how fucking funny I am.
You were funny on the Super Ugly Show tonight, but that has nothing to do with right now. You're not as funny.
I know, because right now it's Unfiltered Marriage. Welcome, everybody.
Here we are. This is what we do. Welcome. It's Tuesday. I apologize. Last week we were not on live. Things have been a little hectic, and with work and crazy and kids, sometimes I just can't do it. So I need to take a break.
Sometimes the stars don't align.
It just had to be that way. But we are here now, and amongst other things,
You're amongst friends.
we have wine and spritzes. You made a spritzer?
No.
What are you drinking?
Lemonade and vodka.
Oh, that's not a spritzer.
No.
What's a spritzer?
It's like when you put like fucking bubbly shit into something. Like a wine spritzer.
You put salsa in wine or whatever. You make it like spritzy.
Like a mimosa, I guess.
A mimosa is orange juice,
Nah,
so no.
I feel like it's kind of
It's the opposite
spritzer-ish.
because it's bubbly.
No,
and
but I
like
feel like it's spritzer-ish.
it is spritzer-ish, but it's the opposite
Because you're
direction.
spritzing up the orange juice.
It is, but you're opposite. Now you're going from liquid to alcohol, alcohol to liquid.
It's the same way. It's just whichever way you pour it. What the hell are you talking about?
It sounded different to me.
Yeah, well, no, that's just dumb.
Well, you don't get to choose what's dumb or not.
I do when something is very clearly dumb and it's right in
happen
front of
to
me.
feel that in this particular instance, you don't have the option to choose.
I have all the options.
Let's talk really quick before we get crazy, before we get out there and on to all my different topics. Let's talk about the movie you had me watch today.
Vivarium, I believe it's pronounced.
It was
Vivarium.
Vivarium. It was.
Yeah, something
And
like that.
I don't remember the actors' names.
Jesse Metcalf.
And that
kid, not
boy.
Metcalf. Jesse Eisenberg.
That's his name.
Yeah, the main kid.
Yeah.
Everybody knows him. He was in Adventureland. He was Lex Luthor in the Justice Batman vs Superman.
Yes. Awesome.
He's
awesome actor.
I mean, what else? 30 Minutes or Less. Zombieland 2. I mean,
Yeah.
the kid's in everything. He's in a million things.
Super awesome.
Yeah.
So this movie Vivarium is pretty much that this couple gets stuck in a dimension, another dimension, I guess, looking for houses and they get given a robot kid as a baby.
Well, I don't know if he's a robot though.
Why did he talk like
He
different
had that
voices?
thing too in his
He
neck.
did a frog thing. Yeah, it was very awkward.
don't
I don't
know.
want to give too much away, but it was something that I watched today, and I said, I'm interested.
Yeah.
I don't know the last time I actually watched a movie and was interested like that.
But because no movies have been coming out.
There hasn't for a while.
No, because there's just people aren't making movies right now. So nothing's coming out.
But weren't there here's my question. Weren't there movies in the
can that are done?
in the roll that they were getting ready to put out that were done?
Yeah, but
no,
now
they were just nicking a dime.
now because there's no theaters though, they don't want to release them until there's theaters open.
Oh, because they want to get the ratings.
They want to get
money.
their money. Yeah, of course, the money. I mean, I spent fucking $50 million, $75 million, $100 million on a movie. I want my fucking return.
When? Oh, you spent $100 million?
No, but if I did, and I was the producers of the movies, I'd be like, yeah, let's wait until the movie theaters are open. Universal's been putting out movies streaming.
Oh,
and they've been doing pretty good. Like they did the Trolls movie. I know Bill and Ted's going to be released
Did
streaming.
they do that on what stream though? How
Not stream. Like you can
you
watch
buy
it.
the movie.
Yeah, you rent it or whatever for $20.
And they probably make more money that way than cutting some with the theaters, right?
I think they've kind of been. It's been working out pretty well.
Right,
For
because
Universal, it's been working out pretty well.
The theater actually takes some of the money when they're showing the movie. So I guess they'd make a lot more money.
So does the pay-per-view service. They get their cut also.
Think about it though. If you cut every movie theater out, you're still saving so much money, and then still making.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but also instead of if I have a family of 8. And I was gonna go to the movies. That's $100 just to get in. Over $100 just to get in.
And what do you pay for it when you watch it?
$20.
Yeah, but that $100 is filling their inflation.
And the movie theaters,
That's the movie theater
theaters
cost.
get a very small percentage of the movie cut. They make their money on concessions.
Yeah, but they do make money.
They
on
actually have to
ticketing.
pay to get the movie into their theater. Like you have to like basically.
Yeah, but they make that money back.
Yeah, they make it back.
Obviously, they make the
but
money
then they
back.
make a small percentage off of ticket sales. It's not a big percentage. Like I'm talking like 95% goes back to the movie studios, and the movie theaters get such a small cut of the ticket sales. It's all about concessions for them. That's why concessions is so high there. That's why a fucking box of M&Ms is $5.
That's just mostly ridiculous. The snacks there are fucking ridiculous.
You got to look at it from their end. That's where the only place they're making their money.
You could
really.
legit go anywhere and buy snacks for cheaper and put it in
Of
your
course
fucking
you can.
pocketbook.
Of course you
But
can.
not that they check your stuff now, but I mean, like, you really, it's very overpriced. But I mean, we sidetracked. I wanted to talk about this movie, The Vivarium, because a lot of parts of it kind of hit with me where it's like, you're in this life where you have so many distractions. You're in a relationship that you feel like isn't going anywhere. And then at that point in time, all you have is this relationship, no distractions, nothing in the way. And you are forced now to deal with just each other, which always tests a relationship, of course.
Yeah, but they also had a monkey wrench thrown into it with the kid.
Yes, they were given a kid, a baby, in a box to raise. And this baby was fucking weird.
And it grew up like a dog, like as fast as a dog grows.
It did. It was like fast. It was like 98 days. This thing was like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, it grew fast. It was like a weird thing. They raised it, and then it was the next person to run the front counter, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, you just spoiled.
That wasn't spoil it. It was just weird. They don't know what counter I'm talking about. It could be a counter in a fucking convenience store.
Spoilerish.
It's been out a while, hasn't it?
No, it's pretty fucking new.
How new?
Like a month or two. If
All right, so a month or two. At least I didn't kill it like that. I mean, come on, you're talking about a month or two. That's not bad.
That is bad for a new movie. Yeah, I give it 6 months until spoilers are viable.
Well, guess what? I didn't fucking think I was spoiling it. You're the only one saying I'm spoiling it.
But because I know the film.
You're directing that I'm spoiling it.
I've seen the film.
Now you're the spoiler.
And the things you're doing are spoiling it. Do you have the thing up there?
I do have the thing up here, but I'm not giving it to you because you're fresh.
No, I don't mind. I can see it here. I was just asking if you were using it.
Oh, no, I can't see anything. I'm not looking at this. This is off.
Oh, no, I can put the chat right there for you.
I don't need the chat right there. I don't actually look at the chat until after.
So that doesn't make sense.
Oh, my God, it's on loud.
People ask questions during the chat.
They do, but I thought you would be reading it. You normally
I do
are.
read it.
Oh, well, then take it.
But in case you see, I could see it here.
All right.
So in case you ever want to look down at it, it's there.
Fine, looking down at it.
My goodness.
It's, all right. So, talking about Vivarium, it's a very, like, trippy movie, head trippiness. And so I want to go on to something else that I hope that some people could kind of level with me on it, maybe even say, you know what, I've had a moment like that. But I know myself and a lot of people out there deal with anxiety, right? So there's a lot of different solutions. People can go to doctors. They can get onto different medications, or I'm a holistic person and I'm big into oil and edibles. That's what helps with my anxiety. So I had a day to myself. I had no children. My husband wasn't with me. And I was going to go spend the day with my mom on the water. She lives on the water. So I get ready to leave to go to my mother's house, and I decide to take a very small portion of an edible, figuring about 45 minutes to an hour it kicks in, and my mother's 20 minutes away. I figured I'd make it. But today, or that day, not today, that day, my metabolism, I guess, was working super fast because mid-driving on the highway, the edible decides to sneak up. What?
Kicked in.
Yeah, it not kicked in. It fucking snuck up quickly where I just went, wait a minute. I need to focus here. Okay? Now, obviously, nobody should be driving under influence. I'm not saying I drive under the influence or anybody should or whatever. But it just happened to happen. And I decided to talk to myself out of my anxiety because, you know, once you realize that you are hitting the edible, you go, fuck. What if I get pulled over? What if my life get ruined? What if I hurt somebody? What if I can't drive anymore? What if I can't focus? You know, when you get into your brain in that moment where you start to think, oh my God, what if something happens? What am I going to do? So
handle your shit, Fabius.
yeah, no, for real though. And at that moment, like, you know, I am a very good human being, and I would never just drive under the influence. But there are people who drive on Xanax every day and way off than somebody taking an edible. However, I took a small portion, not expecting, and it hit me so hard that I was questioning my ability to function. So I had to stop questioning myself because I could function. You know, you're just getting yourself, you're psyching yourself, you're talking shit to yourself. You're like, can you do this? What are you doing? I didn't want to do that. So I decided to focus on something else to get my mind off of it. And I'm going to give myself a minute here when I say I am naturally born a blonde, and sometimes I don't think of the most intellectual things. However, it makes a lot of sense at the moment in time. So as I'm driving, I decided to focus on the trees. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to drive and focus on the trees and the greens and the different lengths and the different widths and how many leaves I might think they have and how leaves create oxygen for us to breathe. And if we didn't have trees, we wouldn't have oxygen. And I went from oxygen to carbon monoxide, bushes, flowers. I was driving and looking at everything I could that had to do with nature and focusing on, of course, driving and also nature, so that I didn't think of all the bad things that could have happened to myself, God forbid, because I had the edible kick in too soon.
Sick thoughts.
Sick fucking thoughts. So I am in the car talking out loud, and I noticed myself saying, oh my God, isn't that so funny? The trees give us oxygen. If we don't have any trees, we can't breathe. And I was like, oh, that's not so funny. And as I'm looking at the windshield driving, I go, wait, am I laughing with myself? And I had to take a second look in the truck. There's nobody there. It's just me talking about the trees.
Yeah, it's weird, babe.
And the oxygen. Now, I don't even know if I was actually having the conversation.
I mean,
I feel like I was talking out loud and having the conversation. Has anybody had that moment of, oh my God?
No.
Like, fuck?
I've never
You've never had a fucking moment where you were in the car like, fuck?
No, I haven't.
Never.
No. But in what way? Like the way you're describing? No.
Like, even times it tired. You've never driven a car tired and been like, oh my God, I'm so tired. You daydream.
Yeah. No, not daydream. I almost pass out.
You have to like catch yourself. Like, I know I'm not the only fucking weirdo.
No, you're definitely the only weirdo.
I'm not the only weirdo. There are people that do other things knowing that they're not able to drive. I was able to drive thinking I'd be fine.
Yeah.
And it just hit me, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm the only one in the car going, look at all these beautiful trees, like Bob Ross.
Yeah,
and this happy little bush, and this happy little tree. That's what I was doing.
No, I've never had a tree moment.
You've never acknowledged the trees?
Yeah.
And what they give to us?
No.
I feel like my edible kicking in was more of a microscope where I was looking and paying attention to everything, and I was looking at the trees, and I was looking at the wind blow and the leaves fly, and I'm going, what a beautiful world, and how amazing.
Maybe on mushrooms I've had like that kind of like tree thing.
You don't think that on a regular basis, really, how
because when you're on mushrooms, I remember
is?
one time we were at some kind of park maybe, or like a baseball field, and there was all like these pine trees like around it. Maybe it was at Morris
Park.
And you know how it's surrounded by all those pine trees on the baseball field here and that way?
Yeah.
And I remember like it was windy, so the trees were kind of moving, and it had like that wavy thing, and I was like, oh wow, that's pretty weird that trees are like there, and that's a thing, and you know.
I always thought to myself, you know, we have
Uncle Frank did not like vivarium.
He didn't?
No.
Oh. We have this very complex life, and although we all look at it like, oh, fuck, waking up another day, another dollar, it really is so in depth from us to the trees, to the insects, to the fucking rain. You know, I mean, everything kind of contributes to what we are, right?
Yeah, of course.
So
it does.
I think that maybe sometimes
Circle of life, Jess. Circle of life. They teach you it in The Lion King.
they do teach it in The
Mufasa
Lion King.
tells it to Simba. Simba, I am your father.
That's not what he said. Remember,
It's the circle
who
of
you
life,
are.
son.
He didn't say, I am your father. Who the fuck is Luke?
The antelopes must dance in the prairie, or
You don't know what the
what does he
fuck
say?
you're saying.
Something about the antelopes and the fucking other things, and then he goes, "Don't we eat them?" And he goes, "Yeah, but you know, whatever."
Only when we have to.
Yeah, circle of life.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you brought that up. It
The
is a circle.
circle of life.
I love that when you break out into song. No, but for real, at that moment, I had like one of those, holy shit. I pulled into my mother's driveway, might I add, after this drive. And I sat in the driveway for a second, like looking at the car inside, like, wait a minute.
Hold
Did I
up.
just have that conversation with myself?
Hold up.
Or was I just daydreaming
Or
as
were
I
you
was
fucking
driving?
just in your head space?
3 fucking bars, Rocky. 3 fucking bars, right?
In your head space.
I'm gonna just leave it at that. There is no headspace.
Not Xanax bars, chocolate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm obviously not doing
Well,
anything.
some people might think Xanax bars, the 3 bars. Bars are slang term for Xanax.
I didn't know that was slang for
Yeah,
Xanax.
that's slang
How
for
the fuck do I know
Xanax.
that's slang for Xanax?
I know it is, and
I don't
some
even
people
take
out there might
Tylenol.
know it is, and I just want to
I'm
make
a
it very clear that
rare
we're not talking about
medicational
Xanax.
person. Medicational.
Talking about chocolate pieces.
I don't believe in a lot of that propaganda unless it's a migraine and then
It's a Hershey
Excedrin's my
bar.
best
I had a
friend.
lot of sugar.
Yes,
I ate 3 Hershey
bars. We're talking
pieces.
about chocolate. Seriously, chocolate.
3 Hershey pieces, and they were delicious.
Yeah, as I'm hitting line 39, one of my favorite wines. So really, though, I would love to know if anybody else has had any other experiences like that where you've been in the moment like, what the fuck and how the hell did that just happen? So hit me up in the chat and let me know.
No probs here, Big Josh. Maybe it's your fucking Wi-Fi connection, all right? Because Captain Spaulding said he didn't have a fucking problem, all right?
Why are you cursing?
The fuck?
Wait, who's the
Josh?
comment?
God
What is
damn it,
going
Josh!
on right now? Whose YR program
He's gone. That's who that is.
was hidden? Who is that? People are so fucking annoying. All right, so let's get into the next topic. And it's been a while. Again,
Wait, hold up. Dave Rose said something. I talked to a tree on LSD once.
See, I wasn't. You know what, Dave? You're bringing it to a different place. I don't think I was tripping. I don't know if I necessarily was talking out loud what I thought I was. Like, I think I was driving and telling myself, focus on the road, Jessica. But when I got there, I had this whole thing played out in my head. But maybe I was in my truck laughing. I saw myself like this. Without trees, we'd have no oxygen. And I was laughing at the fact that if we had no trees, we'd have no oxygen.
Yeah, that's right. And we'd all be dead. You think that's funny?
I don't think it's funny.
think
but
that's
in the
funny?
car at that moment, I was laughing.
That's what happened in Spaceballs.
Like you see in like what's that movie Hangover, when you like see playbacks of when they were out that night and everybody's laughing. It was like one of those moments in my head where I thought that I was laughing. I'm like, oh my god, no trees, no oxygen, and then I was like, wait a minute.
That was the whole premise of Spaceballs. It would have been
That's not funny.
disastrous. It would have been a
And
disaster.
his code was 1, 2, 3,
3, 4, 5.
5, yes. And
1,
he's like, the
2,
one is 1,
3,
2, 3,
4,
4, 5.
5.
Yes. For
Stupid
real, though. I'm
movie.
serious. Vince Russo was hidden by Super Ugly Show?
Because it's not Vince Russo.
Oh. Why are people in here talking shit for right now?
Because they're
I don't
weird.
even do anything to anybody. They come in here for what? Like, I don't understand.
They're just weird.
I'm being honest. Like, it's just disgusting. And thank you so much for blocking them out. Do you know what they're saying?
Oh, something just cut out. Look at that.
I don't even know what's going on.
We're circling.
I doesn't look like we're circling to me. I'm still watching myself.
I'm seeing circling.
Arms up. Arm up. Let me see if it goes up.
I see
Let me see.
circling.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Arm up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
I
Arm
don't know.
up. No, we're still on live.
All right. Well, I got
That's just your
circles
spinning.
here.
I'm not. We're still on. So I want to get into another subject, and it's been a while since we really talked about relationship stuff. So I figured Why the fuck not? Let's get into it. I had a question for everybody who joins the room, and for you, Rock.
Go ahead.
And I wanted to talk about a crazy word called affection.
Ooh, that is a crazy word.
Affection. So I was wondering, with affection in everybody's lives, like your parents, your children, your spouses, whatever. Affection is super important as far as what I'm concerned with. The human contact can make a difference in anyone's life, whether it be sitting next to them and talking to them, holding their hands, whatever. Affection is really needed, right?
Absolutely.
I guess for your positive endorphins of your body, right?
Yes. Yes, I would think so. Human interaction.
So, okay, if you're at a point where you're in a relationship for a long time and you feel like you're at a stalemate where it's affection only when you're intimate.
Mm-hmm.
When you're not intimate, there's no kisses hello, no kisses goodbye, holding hands, cuddling on the couch. At what point do you feel in relationships that people take that affection away? And is it...
I don't think it's taken away like a decision. I think it slowly disintegrates.
Why?
I don't know, because people get used to things.
But if you get used to things, then wouldn't you want to keep it the same?
Saying same, vanilla every day, you know what I mean? Eventually you're just like, it's vanilla. I mean, it's sustainable, but, it's still vanilla.
Still vanilla?
Yeah.
What does that mean, vanilla?
So there's a spark in the beginning, and the spark dwindles. And when the spark dwindles, so does the desire, the lust, stuff like that.
I don't understand actually what... I don't understand what would...
Because affection is part of that, and affection, like, that stuff is needed to show affection. Like, you want to show affection to someone you're into.
So,
I'm not trying to be affectionate with someone I'm not into.
No, but
and you
when
lose interest as time goes on.
All right. I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, so now you're in this relationship or whatnot, and you don't want to be affectionate. So then, why do you have sex? Why are you together?
Because you're supposed to.
What do you mean you're supposed to?
Well, again, because this all goes back to the settling people. This is the whole settling people. Everything that I'm talking about is the settlers. And I don't mean the early settlers. I mean the people who get married and settle and, this is life now. You're supposed to have sex. We're married. So it's like a planned thing. All right, well, every fifth Tuesday, or every third
fifth Tuesday.
Every third Tuesday of, whatever. They pick a day.
Every third
or
Saturday I have off from fucking you.
But that's...
I don't understand.
That's what they do. They do dumb shit like that.
I don't say off like it's a job, but fuck. It's like a second job having sex with you every day.
Well, that's a good thing.
I love it. I'm not complaining. I'm fucking saying I love it. It's not. I don't know any wives after 8 years that tell me they get blown out 5 days a week.
People try to fill holes in their souls with things that would never fill them. It comes from not being happy with themselves. Exactly.
It's true. It's true. You're right. Dave, if you want to call in, I love conversations with you, so call in if you'd like. I find it funny or even amusing that people are coming into my room and writing that my show is garbage, yet they're in here. I don't know why they come in here.
Did they?
Yeah, my show is garbage. Some person, Nigel Cape, I had to block.
Yeah, I already took him
It's the
down.
second person after middle YR. Like, I don't understand. Whatever their problem is. And I'm being honest with you, it's probably fucking Noelle because she's a fat hog.
No, it's not her.
I do believe it's her. I
It's
don't give
not.
a fuck.
It's Young Republican.
It's not Young Reply because it says YR on it. That's just trying to throw you off.
No,
Come on now.
it's not. Well,
I'm the only person I have problems with ever is Noelle.
yeah, but people
Why
have
would
problems
boys
with me.
talk shit about me? They want to fuck me.
Because
story.
They have problems with me. That's
So they want to be mean to me? Who's here, baby? Is that Dave?
Davey!
Hey guys, how you doing?
I'm
What's up,
good.
brother?
I'm glad you called in. It's been a while.
Thanks for the invitation. Just want to say I've listened back to previous shows, and for whatever reason, I notice that sometimes I don't hear you guys trying to take over the show again. So my apologies. So I'll try to keep my responses brief, as everyone knows.
What do you
I
mean?
am
We have
naturally a
time. We have
filibuster.
time, baby.
What are you talking
Get with
about?
us. We have time.
We never feel like you take
And
over
there's
anything.
nobody else here on air.
Dave.
Like Nicole's not here.
Dave, you're amongst friends here.
You
Dave.
got the floor,
Hey,
baby.
I saw you a couple of times trying to, like, you were looking over at Jess, and, you know, like, I was talking, and, you know, you're, like, trying to get a word in, and I didn't hear you, and
Don't worry
No,
about
I
it.
kind of drag
Dave.
things on a little too
Dave,
long
do me a
sometimes.
favor. Cut
Never
him
even
off a little
thought.
bit because nobody else does. Thank you. I'm just kidding.
Other than you, I'm sure, but also
Yeah.
want to say, nice do. I mean,
Thank you.
definitely quite different from the past. And from one side, you literally look like little orphan Annie if she
Oh
was.
my God, that's what they used to call me when I was little. Actually, I am a natural redhead. I'm a ginger,
Really?
strawberry blonde. Yes,
Oh, so that's where the fire comes from.
it's true. And I do half black, half red.
She
I
doesn't have a
always
soul either,
have.
though, Dave.
But I recently put in some extensions to add some length, and I'm really liking it. I'm trying
Those
to grow
braids
my
probably
hair.
look badass
Thank you so much. Thank you.
with the mix in and with the colors and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I'm rocking it
definitely
out.
different.
Thank you. I'm trying to be different. It's the only difference I get. I'm in the house. What else am I gonna do?
No, but yeah, it definitely looks good.
I
Definitely
appreciate
looks
it.
good.
You know what
And yeah,
he's
that
doing
length
tonight?
actually it adds.
It does. Thank you. You know what he's doing, babe? When
What?
we hang up, he's gonna be like enjoying a screenshot of me.
Of
You
course.
have to
Who wouldn't
realize
be?
that. You
Who
have
wouldn't
to.
be?
I'm just kidding.
So,
Okay.
Dave, how you been?
Well, I'm surviving. COVID took my job.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm living off my own taxpayer government teat at the moment, but I'm
Okay.
hoping that I can get myself an actual proper job in the next little while.
Yeah.
You know what?
But-
You're not one by yourself. There's a lot of people that the COVID has really hit, and you know what? It will come through. Things will.
Oh, no, yeah. Despite what people are trying to do to the contrary, the economy is just ready to rebound. People have the capital that they want to spend, and there is that desire to decouple from China. You know, I don't want to make this too political, but basically the money's there and things are going to recover if we don't listen to these idiots in power that also have money invested in vaccines and stuff. So.
Let me tell you, Dave, and I'm glad you brought that up because for me, I look at the situation and I go, these people are fucking rich. They are so rich off of every dollar that we pay, that we work for. They are living off of us and then telling us also what we should think and who we should side with and how we should believe and what should we. It's the most ridiculous chain I have ever seen in my life. And I am definitely more in the middle, okay? I do believe that there is a coronavirus, but I don't believe it's as bad as they say. I do believe that you know that some people are susceptible as far as having pre-existing conditions, but I also do believe that it has a lot to do with the system that they have in the hospital and what they're doing to patients. So I think it's both. I'm in the middle, but what really gets me, and I mean this really fucking chaps my ass, Dave, when we're all here going, you know, we're just trying to go with the flow because we're like the middle ants. You know what I mean? Like there are fucking ants on top, there are ants on the bottom, and we're in the middle. So we're doing what we're told because this is what we're supposed to do. But I'm uncomfortable because I don't feel like they have the best interest for us. Either way, we're paying them. You know, either way, they're getting paid. But we're not. We're getting a percentage of what we would get paid. You know what I mean? Like, and I just think it's hard for families to understand why us in the middle are taking the drips from the top, but then dripping down to the people below. I would like for the people below to not be so below, and the people above not to say "ah," you know, like a fucking ogre. Does it make any sense? Am I crazy?
No, absolutely. And it's funny because I'm sure people are going to crap on Trump on this one, but he's thinking of basically delaying any, what's it called, rent.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is-
and he's also planning on potentially avoiding the, it was one of these taxes on pay.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. And he's also looking to get another stimulus package.
Well, but it's a very strategic move. He's basically saying to the pork barreling, you know, senators and such that he's going to bypass them and basically make it so that instead of the people getting taxed so much, that basically they're going to get like an excess amount available to them as disposable income, and it's bypassed the IRS, it's bypassed all these other groups that literally, again, it filters down only because all this bureaucratic garbage.
Right.
If all these again, small government is better. Why? Because it doesn't have to filter through all these groups. So again, like this filtered down economy can work when you don't have so many layers.
Absolutely, and I feel like that's super important. I'll put it back to hairdresser days, like I do hair. So when I would do a client, I wouldn't want to pass her off to somebody doing shampooing or somebody doing blowouts because it would break down my tip. You know what I mean? It makes more sense to put things smaller. Like there's no reason we should be paying so much taxes on so many things where people are already being paid. It just doesn't make sense to me. In
fact, someone like you is what builds an actual economy. A small entrepreneur is actually what drives the economy. It's not necessarily these big, too large to fail corporations.
Right.
It literally is the small entrepreneur, the same people that Obama said, you didn't build that.
No.
The fact is, it's
right.
you people that are actually causing the stimulus and keeping that money in the community and neighborhood that then goes back into your investment, which then goes back into another community supplier and back and forth, and the community itself gets stronger because it's a closed and more controlled economy and not being influenced by all this interference.
Bigger business. It's super important. And at this time, like, I feel like so much stuff gets passed around. So much energy is being moved where you just don't understand. But what you should understand is how you feel. And we should have, I feel, a real say in what we feel. Like, I want to write down, like, I feel uncomfortable with how much fucking money I'm paying in taxes when we have 3 kids. I think it's important to look at family, everybody as a single unit. It doesn't have to be everybody in a fucking group. Why doesn't everybody singly look at what they're making, what they're doing? I don't know. It's just crazy to me that people have so much control over our lives. We don't even know it. And here Rocky is reading, not even paying any mind to the show. No.
I was
paying
listening.
no mind to the show. He's reading.
You
saw me side-eyeing you, motherfucker? I was side-eyeing you.
I was looking at something.
What is it?
Old stuff.
Read it to me.
Vegas, Terry Funk wrestling at 73.
All right, I want to know what you wrote.
Old
Read
men
it
in
to
fast
me.
cars, feminists, Instagram pics and videos if they were done in 98.
Oh, is this the cue cards?
Girl,
Are these cue cards?
Girl hems up retarded person at zoo. Davey Hogan was 12. Bill Travis is a dick.
Wait a minute,
Snake's Revenge.
Stop. Go back 2 more. Say it again.
Girl hems up retarded person at zoo.
I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous.
These are old.
He's got cue cards.
These are old topics from old Super Ugly shows. Davey Hogan was 12. Bill Travis is a dick. Do you know what that is?
I don't.
Dave, do you know what that is in reference to?
No.
Davey Hogan was the fat kid in Stand By Me who eats all the pies. And Bill Travis was the DJ guy who was a dick to him and trips him on the way up the stage.
Oh, my God.
But Davey Hogan, if you listen to the story, he's a 12-year-old boy.
Really?
Yeah, and Bill Travis is like a full-grown, like 50-year-old man. He's just a dick to a child, you know? And they all call him fat boy and shit. They're all real mean to Davey Hogan.
Back then it was different. I'm sorry, but back then things like that were funny. Not that it's funny, but it was just a movie. It was just,
But Davey Hogan got his revenge.
I don't know. You can't fucking do anything.
He got his revenge.
Sure did.
The Moose Lodge puked all over the fucking lady's tits.
Oh my God, that's right. It was so disgusting
the
when
mayor
he grew up.
puked all over his wife's tits.
Yep, they all threw up.
Yeah.
Fuck them all. They all got what
That's
they
what they
deserved.
deserved.
And they all got what they deserved.
Yeah.
That was the scary story.
And then, of course, Fat Kid's like, then what happened? He's like, that's it. What do you mean what happened?
Dave, let me ask you something. I'm like the worst ever, so please don't take any offense. Where are you from again?
She's like the 5th best ever.
No, that's okay. I don't take offense at all to anything, really. I was born in Argentina.
Okay.
It's in the southern hemisphere, next to Chile and underneath Uruguay and Brazil.
Wait, what was that other place after Chile?
No, Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Or as the English say,
Uruguay.
Yeah.
Uruguay.
Yeah.
And in 82, me and the family moved up to Canada because
82, great year. Great year.
Argentina got their ass kicked by Britain.
I was only
And,
I was 1 at that time.
I
Did
was
you think
born in
about me? I
82.
was only 1. Did you think about me? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you're my brother's age.
Dave, you've been putting up some snazzy photos of you as a kid.
I haven't seen any. Where?
Oh my
Where's
God,
the
you gotta
posting
see.
at?
Instagram, yeah.
You gotta see some of these
Dave,
outfits.
are you friends
Oh,
with me
you
on
should-
Instagram?
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Probably
Those
not.
80s fashions that I'm
Why
wearing.
isn't he friends with
I'm
me?
gonna pull it up. They're fantastic. Wait
Put
till
me
you
on
see these.
Instagram, Dave. You have to be my friend on Instagram.
I thought I added you. At least I thought I did. But
Look at this one. This one I love with the plaid pants.
Oh, yeah, that's a
mine
recent-
ends with 420. You have me on there? Oh my God, I fucking love your glasses.
You see that?
I love it. I don't hear him anymore.
Dave, you there? Did we lose him?
I don't hear him. Did I move something? Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
hold on.
Hello?
Hello? Oh wait, this one.
Hello?
Hello.
Richie's fucking computer.
No, you did something. You
I
hit
didn't
something.
do anything. You handed me this. I didn't do anything.
You hit something.
I didn't do anything. There's no fucking wires by me, Rocky. Why you gotta press me? Hello?
Check 1 2.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
there you
are.
are. Oh, this
1
was
2.
up and out of the hole.
No,
I got
but
you,
it
Dave.
can't be all the way down. That's the
Well,
thing.
it was there. I hear him.
All right, Dave, we hear you now.
All right, yeah. So I was just saying that those 80s fashions were.
I loved
were
it.
quite
I
funny,
dressed like that
but,
too.
yeah, me and my family moved to Canada in '82, and yeah, been here ever since. I went back to Argentina once. That was to go see my dying grandfather, and haven't been back since. Don't really plan to. Not interested.
I can't even stand that I'm looking at your face right now, and I don't believe that's what you look
Oh, there's
like.
some cuter ones actually. You should.
Yeah,
see
he
it.
was an adorable, tussable little
He
boy.
was, no,
It's
I'm saying
hilarious
I'm
how
looking at
different
him
I
in
look, but, like-
2012. It was a picture of him in 2012.
Ah.
He looks like
That's
he
not what you
belongs in
pictured?
Guns N' Roses.
That's not what you pictured?
No.
Let me see.
I thought he'd be like a short-haired, kind of like snobby man.
Oh, this is Dave with the long hair. You've
Oh
cut
my
it since
God.
then, though.
Oh yeah, I mean look at my profile photo. That's
Yeah.
basically
I
what
don't
look
think
like
I have.
now.
I have to look and see if I have you, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I looked at that
Okay.
picture. I didn't expect you to look like that. No
Like-
offense. I
like
think
how?
you look so cute. Like you look so rocker. He's so
Good.
like Guns N' Roses. Like he's Twisted Sister right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, you're talking about the one where it's just
The
me
long-
yelling into the mic with the cigarette?
No, no,
I'm
it's
just looking at your long hair.
it's one from 2012. You're wearing a red shirt and you got
Just
the little
long hair
you got
picture.
the little porn patch underneath your
I
chin.
don't know.
Oh, that one. Yeah, okay.
I didn't think about it. I thought when I hear you, I think of like a cowboy. I thought like you would be wearing. I
Cowboy.
would. I don't know why. I just thought he'd be wearing like, like a button-up shirt with a fucking hat on. I don't know. My image. My bad. I'm so sorry. I know.
Well,
I have started and almost finished this bottle, so please give me a little bit of breathing room tonight.
Well, if you look further down on my pictures, there's one where it shows a difference between when I had my long hair and when I cut it. So it's like
I
a
got
side
you
by side.
here. Yeah, I have to. I was not following you. You were
What's
following.
your okay? So you tell me what your Instagram is.
well, she just followed you. Go look.
I
We don't
just
want to put it
followed
public.
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, that's
Okay.
okay. No, it's fine. I just followed you on Instagram, so you have it. And it's like a mix of my family, mostly my work.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Yeah,
I
a lot
see
of
it
it's
now.
hair
Got it.
stuff.
A lot
Yeah.
of hair stuff.
Okay.
But I was definitely, I have to tell you, I was looking and thinking he would look more like
Dr.
Chris
Hope.
Cornell when he cut his hair.
Chris Cornell when he cut his
Okay,
hair.
okay.
Like that's
so a little
kind
spiky
of what
and
I
such.
thought. Yeah, like kind of like
Okay.
but that's what I thought when I talked to you. That's so weird. When I look at you, it just like shocks my brain. Like you fucking know nothing. You blonde.
Dave,
You
do you have
know
any?
nothing.
Do you have any intentions of leaving Canada?
Well, yeah. To be quite honest, it's still on the table for me about going to America.
Where would you go?
That's an interesting question. Texas has always interested me.
Bing,
but
bing, bing. I was just gonna say you would love Texas. It's where I'm headed,
not a fan
buddy.
of it going Democrat, though. I'd rather it be Republican.
Nah,
because
that's just
you know
Austin,
everyone's gonna have
dude.
guns.
That's just Austin. Go to Houston. You're good, bro.
We're moving to Texas in
Go to
5
Houston,
years.
you good.
Houston bound.
There's also Montana. I like
Mm-hmm.
that rugged country.
Yeah, Montana and Wyoming are nice.
And plus, it's just south of Alberta, so technically it would be a lot easier for me to get down there. But that being said, though, I do like Texas. I love the dry heat.
Yeah.
Not sure if I'd go to Arizona, but, Texas isn't a bad option.
Oh, Arizona's the Wild West. You can walk around with guns on the hip. You don't even need permits.
See, I dig that. I
Yeah,
really do.
they have a low
I'm
crime
into
rate.
that, too.
They have a really low crime rate.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. And our
I
population
like
is a
more
polite population.
about Arizona more than anything. It's the vortex of the earth.
The spiritual stuff there.
No, it's the vortex of the earth. It's the center of the vortex of the earth. If
Well,
you want to
it's probably one of what they call navels, earth navels.
Yes, it is. A true story.
They also call, for example, Jerusalem one of the navels of earth, but they also call Cairo a navel of the earth.
Doesn't Cairo have the stairway to hell or whatever it is?
Cairo?
Yeah, one of those places have like this stairway to hell fucking place.
There's no stairway to hell.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Cairo has the Great Pyramids, and Jerusalem has, the
You
Dome
know,
of the
either
Rock
way,
and the
I would
Second
love.
Temple and
My mom did, Dave, you'd appreciate this. My mom did one of those in the Arizona desert, one of those Indian rituals where they're in the, desert.
Yeah, in the tent.
My mother and my brother both saw not only many flying objects. However, when you're in these tents, they have outhouses, so it's not like you can go to the bathroom in your tent. You got to walk to the outhouse at night.
Yeah.
And my mom said that even though it was dark in Arizona, you still were able to see because it was open. But walking to the outhouse, it was pretty creepy. And she said that her and my brother had their phone flashlight on, and that they had seen like far away figures. They had seen like shadows, and she was like, there's no way there was a fucking shadow, but I saw a shadow. My mom is also a yoga instructor. She's a Reiki healer. We're all very spiritual. So I've been dying.
So more open to be able to see these things.
Yes, and I've been dying to go to Sedona. That's been like my thing. I really would love to go. I've been everywhere, actually. Alaska, Canada. I've been to... Wait, you're from Canada. Okay. Have you ever heard... I know I'm like split. This is so blunt. I can't even stand myself. Have you ever... Do you know Buckett's Garden? Buckett's Garden?
It doesn't sound familiar.
Buckett's Garden. I did an Alaskan cruise that took me to a part of Canada that was called Buckett's Garden, and it was like
so
this
that would
prince.
be on the
There's
West
a
Coast,
castle.
probably Vancouver.
Castle. There was a
Sure.
castle there. There was a castle.
Oh, cool.
But no, I'm he's like, yeah, sounds
I've
great,
never been
Jess.
there, but I know where you're directing me. It's on the west coast of Canada.
It's on
gotta
the
be
water.
British
There's a
Columbia.
castle and there's a garden.
Yeah, she did that Alaska cruise where they go down like the coast of Canada and you see all the icebergs and all that shit.
I did actually more like Juneau area, but we did go up to
But
one
they
part
do
of
hit
Canada.
they do hit a part
It
of
was
Canada.
for it was for this garden. It was called Buckett's Garden, and it was like an old castle that people lived, Prince and King lived at, but they had, other people have bought it.
Cool.
No, it is a cool story. I've never actually
Dave,
heard
the
about
thing
that.
I was talking about is called the Davarza gas crater. It's actually called the Gates of Hell. Sorry.
I have to look up the name.
Okay, that's in Russia, I believe.
Yeah, it's in Turkmen. And
Turkmenistan.
yeah, exactly. Good call, Dave. There you
He's
go.
so
Apparently-
smart, this guy.
They thought it was oil, and then but it turned out to be like natural gas. So they thought, oh, it's going to spread. So let's throw a grenade in there, just like Soviet thinking back in the 70s.
Yeah.
That'll put it out. And literally, it's been burning ever since.
The diameter of it is 226 feet wide.
What is?
And they
Yes.
they don't even know
What
when it's
the
ever going
fuck
to
is
stop.
going on?
Yeah. That's
Where
it.
is that?
It's a natural gas crater. It's in Russia in some weird place, but it says
Why would they do that?
it's been continuously burning since 1971.
What?
Because, comrade, in Russia, when you can fix something, you blow it up.
Yeah.
I love it. Dave, these guys are great
It's
accent.
98 feet deep.
Dave's trying to hit on me right now. I feel like he's flirting with me. I don't know what it
He's
is, but I
flirting
feel
with
like
me.
he's flirting with me. And
She sounds like Mallory in
We'll take it. I'll take the
Natural
flirt.
Born Killers in the diner scene.
I will not sound like her. She's
Do you remember
bad.
that, Dave?
Which
Natural
scene?
born killer.
In the diner scene, the very first scene in the movie when they go to the diner and the guy's dancing with her and she's like, "Are you flirting with me?"
Mm-mm.
And then they end up killing everybody in
Nobody
the diner.
else thinks about that moment because you're sick.
It's a good fucking movie.
That's a really sick movie.
RDJ was great in
The
it.
beginning of that movie was fucked and sick.
It's a cool movie.
It's not.
And the guy from Major League, the coach, he's in that scene.
They kill people. I don't like.
Don't give me that old
I'm
lady
not
shit,
big on horror
Dorn.
films like,
Love that guy.
I don't
like
like.
Rocky is.
I don't like that killing stuff. I'm not into it.
Major
It's
League's
kind
a
of a
good
little
movie.
fresh to me.
Major
I'll be
League's a
honest with
good
you.
movie.
You know what we did? We actually skipped over the entire fucking subject of affection, which is one of my main subjects tonight. You just managed to skip over it.
I managed.
Yeah, you skipped
Well,
over
that's why I called in, because you said for me to call
Yeah.
in, and that's why I wrote what I wrote
I don't
in
know how the
chat.
fuck we got where we are right now. All
I have
right,
no
it's
idea
not
either.
fair. Okay,
It's always
Let's-
fun, though. It's always fun to go on these wild rides.
I
That's the
love
way
it. It
things-
is a wild ride. You know
That's the
all I can
best
think about right
podcasting.
now is his long hair, babe. I
Yeah.
just think of his long hair right now.
But that's the best podcasting when you go off the rails and just, have
so
real
let's
moments.
talk about affection. Fuck.
Let's do it.
I'm saying I want to know what the difference is between affection when you start dating and affection after you get married. Not for me, might I add, because I can't get his dick off me.
Well, then that's what I mean. We don't really
I'm
have a
s-
frame of reference to.
I want to know because there are people who complain about affection. So I'm asking a question to the universe. I want to
I
fucking
think-
punch him, Dave. So
I
bad.
want
I
to
can't
know
even
what
fucking stand
turns
you.
you on.
And you're across from me, and I want to kill you a little bit. I can't, Dave.
So I can be the
Stop
man
it!
to always make you smile. I wanna know.
Cross your legs, or she might smash you with her
Oh my god.
groin.
I have to be honest. I'm actually a little bit tempted to jump over there and just sit on his face to shut him up.
I'm
That
into
might
it.
work.
It definitely would.
We're not doing it live on air, so let's get the show going. Dave, affection before and after. What are your
Well,
thoughts?
that's what always just perplexes me, because I'm more along what you're saying, is that how could you lose that sort of thing? Is that because once that realization is there, then why you still there, sort of thing? And then more importantly, it's, I don't know, I think affection also is necessary for the intimacy of a relationship, and when it lacks or it's not present, that's actually more a statement of the other person. There's something that they don't want to communicate on, and therefore that's the reason why that affection isn't there. Because I think that just in a relationship, like literally all the time, the affection should always be there.
Right.
Once it starts lacking, one of those partners is not communicating something clearly. Now, obviously, there's a dynamic there. Maybe it's both parties, maybe it's just one. But the only reason why that begins to diminish or become fully absent is because one partner is not communicating with the other.
Right.
That's the only way I can explain it.
All right. So coming from like a relationship standpoint, I have been.
You will never get me, Gypsy.
You will give me your tears, or I will take them. No, I have been in a lot of relationships where it was, what kind of mood were they in, or how was the day going, or would I get a kiss, good morning. But in this relationship, in this marriage with Rocky, I feel like we're very consistent, and we've always spoke about us, and I don't want to go on to that, but I will say that it's super important to remember that it's not just your needs that you're waking up to fulfill when you get married. You're kind of fulfilling needs of your husband, your children, or your wife, or your children. And so a lot of people get into those selfish moments where they're like, well, if you don't do it first, I'm not going to do it.
I have a theory.
Go.
And it
Let's
goes,
get Rocky's theory. He's been quiet long enough, right,
because
Dave?
it goes back.
Fuck him, Dave, right?
But
Fuck him.
it
Go
goes
ahead,
back
Rocky.
to the little things.
What little things?
Like a kiss while you're leaving. That's a little thing. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
a little thing, but it's a big thing. You know what I mean? Once you stop
Affection.
doing that, then it's like it becomes the norm, and now you just leave. You're like, all right, later, honey, and it's like you're saying bye to one of your roommate, like when you were leaving the apartment. You know, like, all right, Taylor, I'm getting out of here. I'll see you later.
Right.
You know, instead of walking over and giving a kiss. All it takes is 2 seconds, and
I don't think you ever walk out the door before I go.
There's been like
"Alright."
1 or 2 moments, and you pointed out.
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Kiss me before
But
you kiss these lips.
like I said though, it's such a little thing, but in the grand scheme of things, it's such a big thing.
It's a little
because
thing, but
it's that little
consistency.
moment of the kiss. It's still that physical connection, even though it's just a little. As you walk away, it's still a physical connection of something. You still have a physical connection. That little kiss, once it's gone, so much of the physical connection is now gone because that little kiss is such a major part of your relationship, and if you lose that, I feel like you
Yeah, but
lose
the issue
a
is
lot.
why did that little kiss disappear?
Well, again, that's my whole settling thing. People settle, and you get bored eventually as the years go on, and the
I
kids
don't,
come
but that's
in.
the thing. That does not compute in my head. I don't understand how. Because once you get bored, it's like, well, why? Am
Dave,
I
you got a
here?
lot of married
If you have
friends.
respect for yourself, then
Dave, do you have a lot of married friends?
yeah. Well, for the majority of my friends are married.
Do most of them seem happy to you? Or do most of them bitch about their wives constantly, or try to leave the house and do anything except be home with her?
Well, I would say the majority of those that are married are happy and do want to, have a family life and be around the kids and the wife, and like would rather, call in sick to work than fucking, miss a chance to just hang out with the family, even if it is just like.
Yeah, I don't see a lot
watching
of that with
movies.
the people I know.
That's it. Well, we're number one. We're in New York.
Yeah, I don't see
All right,
a lot of
so
that
in
with
Canada,
people I
I'm
know.
sure people a little bit less.
And not about their
Maybe
kids.
it's
Grass
maybe
isn't
just some
always
of the people
greener
I've
on the
been
other
exposed to.
side.
But it's not about
Maybe
the kids.
It's just a minority.
It's
I
not.
don't know.
It's mostly about, the relationship they're in, and they're
For
just like,
sure.
fuck, I don't want to be around this person.
You know, I think that a lot of New York is fast, and everybody in New York went fast. I mean, I
and
don't know
everybody's
any.
got a fucking attitude.
It's true. I don't know any of my friends who aren't married and divorced or married and complicated. I think that because we waited so long in our lives, we've already been through all the fucking hurricanes we needed to, and then we got to each other. We were like, you know what? This is the best I've ever had, and I want to stay here.
Well, New York has also got that fucking,
Or it's the best you ever had,
nobody's
motherfucker,
gonna,
and you wanna
No,
stay
I
here.
know that. I'm not saying. I'm talking about the other people. They have that
Well, my
fucking
sentence didn't end there.
that pride of like, I'm not losing this battle, and it's just like fucking give it up. Like this
What
is such
battle?
people's life battles with their relationship or their partner. Whatever.
Who the fuck has life battles with their
A
partners?
lot of people.
Life battles?
Yeah, like little fights and shit.
Yeah, little fights, but I won't little fight every day. If we're not meant to be, we're not meant to be.
Well, that's what I'm trying to
And
say.
little fights, I mean, every couple of months, yeah, of course. You hold a lot of shit in. And not even holding shit in. And be honest with you, Dave, Rocky and I'm not even kidding. I'm not saying this for fucking the show. I don't even remember last time we had a fight.
No.
Disagreements, most of the time, we're different, but we don't argue. We're not angry. We don't fight. We just disagree and then move on to what we think is the best way to do whatever we have to do. When I hear people fight or they are angry, I often wonder then what is it you're actually even fighting for? You don't like each other, like
Sure as hell ain't for the kids.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't like each other. You're arguing. You're fighting. Like what the fuck?
That stuff does eventually take its toll.
And kids ruin everything. They ruin everything. They do not make everything better. I don't give a fuck who you are or what kind of perfect parent you want to say. I love my children, but children ruin everything. So if you're not solid with your husband or your wife and you don't have a great marriage and relationship, they will ruin everything because they try every fucking piece and error that you have in your life. That's what kids do, and you're here to teach them and train them and help them into being good humans for the next fucking cycle of life. But it's hard when you don't have a partner you ride with. So I would ride with Rocky. I'd be in the fucking the depths of hell with fire, and I don't give a fuck if there's a box surrounding us in a storm. I will be with this man because I love him, and I don't care what my kids tell me. I don't care what my kids tell me, even if they're being truthful. I will stand next to my husband, and I will define him because that's my ride or die. They will grow up and get old and find families of their own and tell me to go fuck myself in about 10 years. So this is my guy, and we will group together. But some kids will break things. People go, I'm going to have a kid. It'll make things better. No, it won't. No, the fuck it won't make it better. You're going to hate each other even more. He's never going to do what you want. And you're going to sleep alone in a bed with a baby because you're going to use the baby to keep him away from you. It's the fucking sickest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why people do this to themselves. Damn,
That's
line 39.
Really truth.
That's
You
it.
fucking like that, right? That was line 39. I'm not all the way through, but let me tell you, Dave, I will finish this battle tonight. And Rocky, we'll go to sleep tonight very happy. Woo-hoo!
No, you just you basically won that round from all the points from the hits and jabs, because you just hit every point really strongly.
It's crazy to think about, but I come from a family of divorce. My father, all right? My father, who raised and took care of me, raised and took care of 5 children that were not his birth children. My biological fucking sperm donor was a Navy guy, and he fucking took off and was a piece of shit with my mom. And my mom goes, fuck you, I'll have 5 kids, and I'll still do it. And she did. And fuck him. Fuck that guy. My dad.
Also, go ahead.
Yeah, it's all right. My dad, though, okay, with all respect, I, of course, with all respect, whatever, my dad. But yeah, it's not easy when you look and go, why doesn't babies make things easier? It doesn't make things easier. But how much do you love that woman or that man you're with? That the kids are just a fucking bonus. You know what I mean?
Well, that attitude you had literally is the attitude that the pioneering women of the Wild West had, because they literally stuck to their man, and even if their kids grew up and, wanted to forcibly take over the farm, the wife would, the hardcore wife that you are was there with the shotgun saying, like, I know you're my kids, but I'm standing by my man. And there's several stories that I could go into that actually
that's pretty crazy that you just said that, Dave. Actually,
that's why I love you guys, because
I have chills right now.
The loyalty, the fierce, fiery loyalty that you guys share is just something that is just so admirable, and something to strive for. Really, never to be jealous of. Like, anybody that would be jealous or hateful of you guys really needs to look at their own life, because what you guys is so awesome that everyone should want to have it.
It's crazy.
Thank you, Dave.
It's a true story. Let me just say, though, Dave, honestly, I don't even look at this and go, everybody should look and go, I want that. I look at this and I go, I have been, and I'm not even trying to make it big, I have been through so many horrible and life-changing moments in my life, and I'm going to be only, April, I'll be 40. I have been through things that maybe people way beyond 100s. I mean, I was told by a couple of mediums, actually. I was here a few times, but one of the things they told me was I was an Indian chief's wife, and I had helped an entire Indian tribe get through like a winter, and like it was crazy how he was describing it, but what you were just saying was what he had said about me as a soul. So, line 39, I'm going to mention that again.
Can we still get KFC?
We can still get fried chicken. You know why?
I'm sorry if we're boring you.
Because you can get whatever you want. Dave, I am so glad that I now follow you, because, motherfucker, you better check your in-bin. I'm going to be emailing you every day like, Dave, what do you think about this?
All right.
I have gigabytes worth of images and
oh, my God. I won't send images. I won't send images. Unless, what kind of images you want? Rocky in the shower?
No, I'm talking things like, ancient civilization, measurement of an ancient fucking structure that is aligned perfectly to the cardinal points, or a UFO that was recently taken.
You know what he's doing right now? He's trying to turn me on. He wants me to come to Canada and take him over.
Yo, Dave, that blast was fucking crazy, right?
Yeah, that, to my belief. And you guys know that literally
funny.
Unfortunately, I'm like literally connected to the internet.
I fucking love you.
No, Big Josh sent a link. It was some kind of anium, the storage thing from 2013.
In Beirut, yes, it was a port that, according to certain witnesses, and there are a lot of them saying this, is that they saw an Israeli plane fly over, drop a bomb, and the bomb itself is what caused the secondary explosion.
Get out of here. Yeah, it's right here. It's saying a shipment of ammonium nitrate that sat in a warehouse since 2013. That's what they're blaming.
Yeah, but also another thing is that you don't store explosives. You don't store explosive for seven years in a warehouse. First of all, that's a major security and
that's just weird.
Safety issue.
Yeah.
Major.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot. Also, by the way, they're actually raiding Ukrainian firm. The FBI is right now raiding Ukrainian firms in America connected to the Biden connection there, and coincidentally, these ships came from Ukraine, and docked there recently, which is where this explosion came from. So I can't necessarily give credence to the idea that this, all this supposed, explosives was stored for 7 years in a warehouse when there's too much connection to what's going on around the rest of the world.
There was another explosion in China.
Did you take my China story?
In Wuhan.
Motherfucker. Do you know?
Like hours later.
I only heard, but didn't get enough time to read about that. Please
let me tell you something. Okay, so this explosion goes off at this chemical lab in Wuhan at 5-something p.m.
It was a few hours after Beirut one.
It wasn't a few hours. Same time in Beirut. A few minutes.
Oh, minutes?
Wow.
A few minutes in difference in Beirut from China that this fucking bomb went off over there. That this was a setup, and they were saying that it's actually against a terrorist group. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up so I don't sound like a dick.
Hezbollah.
Yes, you got it already. You looked it up, you little fucker.
No, he knows it. He knows
I knew. That's what they're claiming. It's Hezbollah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what they're claiming. Of course, it's they're claiming. Dave, you're my dude. I know that everything is a conspiracy. I got you. But so real. But there was like at the same time, a few minutes between, China had the same explosion. Fuck you. I don't know what they're trying to hide. I don't know what they're trying to do. But all what I do know is that Texas is where the fuck I'm going.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I will bear arms, and I will take someone's fucking head off if they come near my family. It is getting crazy out there. Yeah. What is that? That explosion?
I can see you wielding an AR-15 with a 250 ammo drum.
Thank you.
And literally just taking out everyone.
Like this. I'll hold it like this, straight up.
Yeah, theirs was a lot small though. It was a blast. In where the hell was it? I just saw it.
It was Wuhan.
A chemical factory.
Chemical factory
it was a chemical factory. 6 people killed, 4 others injured.
And by the way, it's so funny that just raises this point about bombs literally exploding almost simultaneously. This actually happened in the past multiple times, Jess.
You did,
especially around political issues. So in Russia, for example, it happened in Russia and then Iran. At the same time, it happened in China, and then
I'm being honest. They're gonna find anything, Dave. Anything for us not to focus on the polls. But it's not gonna win. It's not gonna win. The majority of America is going, "What the fuck?" I'm hoping that the majority is saying.
You know what warms my heart is the protest in California. Okay, one of the most wretched places on the planet. These people are actually doing protests about pedowood, i.e. Hollywood, and actually calling it out. They're actually, protesting, knowing that these people are doing these evil things.
Of course, anybody with power. Let me say something. Let's just say
we're over, just so you know.
What?
We're over, just so you know.
All right, we're going to go in a few minutes. I want Dave a few minutes. But listen, so let's think about it. When you're going in for a job or you're trying to do something better with your life, you walk in the office and they go, well, if you go to this dinner event, or, well, you hear things like that. And think about Hollywood, where they go, I can hand you $100,000 check. What I want you to do is sleep with these 2 politicians. That's what the fuck they do. And for us to think it doesn't happen is unrealistic. I mean, there's prostitution everywhere. There are women that have the ability to put that price tag on themselves. And if I wasn't a mother of fucking 3 and a married wife happily, I might be one of those $1 million fucking curl girls who follow me in the city. I don't know how else I would live. I don't want to be with any other man. I'm obsessed. I'm happy. I've never been in this type of relationship where I'd go, this is my end all. If I was a single person with no kids, no husband, I might say, what else am I going to do? I'm hot, or I'm sexy, or I'm beautiful. There are women out there that make a living that way. There are women that do that. And there are politicians that will pay for that. And there are people who say, if you do this and don't tell anybody, I'll give you an extra $500,000. Fuck all these motherfuckers that are rich, right?
Problem is when the human trafficking comes into play, when they're getting little girls fucking caught up in the shit and stealing them off the street.
No, children, I wasn't getting to pedophilia tonight, Dave, because I've been drinking. And I will not go there because there is a rubber chicken in an event.
There is.
There is a rubber chicken here. Get it? There's a rubber chicken. And I can't talk about pedophilia when there's a rubber chicken around. No, I'm kidding. But for real though,
Let's get chicken.
we are at 10:01, and I love you so much, Dave, for calling. Now that we're linked, you're fucked because I'm hitting you up all the time with conversation. You better be
Oh,
ready.
you're going to be getting daily updates.
I
as to
want
what's going
updates.
on
I'm
in the,
into it. You got my thing now. I want updates. I'm into it. But just so you know, Rocky periodically does have my phone. We swap for appellation issues. Application.
Application.
Application. I take his for applications.
Well,
So you might talk to him half the time. Don't let him trick you. Don't let him trick you, Dave. He's going to trick you and say, talk to me, Dave.
Well, the thing is, though, the fact is I respect the sanctity of marriage, unlike many degenerates out there.
I'm being
And,
playful,
I'm
but
just
you
not
might
that
get a
type of
picture
guy,
of his
you
foot.
know?
You don't know.
Hello?
Sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
We're wrapping it up, Dave. All right, we love you, buddy.
Oh my
Thanks for taking
God.
my call. Love you guys. and
Anytime,
great show.
pal.
You're the best, Dave. I will talk to you soon.
The devious one, Dave Rose,
Devious
everybody. We
is.
love him.
We love
Later,
him.
Davey.
Bye.
Yeah, good night.
Love the Dave Rose.
I have to be honest with you. He's one of my favorite guests, and I love everybody else's part of everything. Cabby, Joshy, you'll have my top reel. You got my heart. I'm into it. But I love conversation with Dave. I also like thinking that he's from that stupid movie that I hate you watch.
Which one?
What's the stupid movie with the kid with the yellow jacket?
The Yellow Jacket. What?
Clerks.
Oh.
He reminds me of the clerk guy.
Oh, you thought it was going to be like Jay Muse?
He reminds me of him, and I'm not going to hold it against him just because I hate that movie. I actually enjoy talking to him.
Yeah. I
Dave's a
love Dave.
good friend of mine.
Yeah,
I like that
he's
little
great
fucker.
people.
He's my friend.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next